Alright guys, we're back again with another video for the Cycle Frontier, and this time we have a video on specifically extracting from the raids. Now in my previous tips and tricks video here on YouTube, I did cover this a little bit in that video, but this is going to be an extended version of that as people still seem to be having a problem with extracting safely from their raids. If you travel through the Discord and the Reddit and whatnot, you'll see that this is a big problem for a lot of new players. So I wanted to touch on this because it's given me a huge boost to my extraction rate. I get out successfully almost every single time when I'm trying to extract. Obviously, I still die to other things sometimes, but if I call my extract ship, I'm getting out almost every single time using these methods. So like and subscribe to the video if you think this is going to be helpful for you, and check out the other videos if you want other tips and tricks. We're going to watch through some of these clips and we're going to discuss what I'm doing and how I'm getting out safely. So let's have a look. Okay, so in this video, we actually are starting out with one of contention. You'll see I hear a guy coming up to us behind. Our ship has already landed behind us, but I know this guy's going to try to push as soon as we go for the ship. Alright, my bad aim here. It's been a late night. We've done a lot of playing, and I know we're going to miss this ship now after we get this kill, so I just have to retreat. I'm going to get healed up, and then I'm going to call the new ship in right away. Now, sometimes this happens. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it where they're going to push you. But now you can look how we utilize our space here on the second ship coming in to make sure we play this safely. Now we're in even more danger than we were the first time because the gunshots are also going to pull in people along with the sound of the ship. You see with this extraction point, this is going to be the safest place you have. You have good line of sight out over the field ahead of you. You can hear people who need to come through that little choke point in the fence. And also, you have a good LOS behind you for people coming up the road. Get a little greedy here and check out his gear. We can hear the ships coming down behind us. I don't hear any footsteps anywhere. I know we're pretty safe. So the ship's landing here, and this is where people usually make their first mistake. They're usually at this point going to just go and hop right into the ship, which is exactly the opposite of what you want to do. As you can tell, we're just waiting. If you look up at the top of the screen, you'll see that the evac ship has landed and is getting ready to change. Right now, the evac ship is about to take off. I know with how far away I am that by the time I sprint over here, the bar is going to be over 50% full. So as soon as we hop in the ship, it extracts us. There's no time for anybody to shoot us. Let's take a look at the next clip. Alright, here we're in base camp, and you see we're calling in our evac ship. Now, in my opinion, this is the safest place to be if you're calling in the evac ship for base camp to extract. In this last window here that I'm looking out of right now, there's a safe place to hop down right onto the box underneath you where you won't stagger when you hit the ground, and you can run straight into the ship. This also gives you a good overview of everything in the room in front of you, and you're at a good vantage point if you do have to fight somebody. The only two ways into this room are going to be the door that I'm looking towards right now, which you can very clearly hear open if somebody comes through it, and then the staircase that is essentially right behind me from this point of view. And you should be able to hear somebody coming up that staircase very easily from here also. So you're relatively safe. And the only way you're going to get got here is if maybe somebody has a good sniper shot on you. You don't know if you're in there yet. Here I'm just listening to make sure there's nobody around. The evac ship has landed, and as soon as it turns into about to take off, with the red bar at the top is when I'm going to run in for the ship. Now I do remember that this one did not evac me instantly. I think it's because I went into the ship right at the 50% mark, and you want to wait till it gets a little bit further. But in comparison to how it normally takes, it's still considerably faster. Alright, next up we have the Waterfalls exit, which is probably one of the most contested exits on the entire map. And we're going to do it here. This isn't generally where I would like to start calling in, but you can see there I closed the door behind me, so that way I know that I will not be getting followed. I checked my corners here going into the room, as I know this is a common spot for snipers, or shotgunners, sorry, and also closed the door behind me again. Waiting for my evac ship to show up. I'm now in the safest point that I can be, with no chance of anybody being able to kill me. Maybe throwing grenades up above or something like that, but that's about it. evac ship is going to land right next to us here. And also, I do know from experience that if you do jump down directly to the ground from here, you will stagger, which does put you in a position to be shot. So you do want to make sure you're hitting a ledge, hitting a rock, hitting something underneath there to prevent the fall from being quite as high. I might even stagger here. I don't quite remember. But the evac ship is getting ready to take off. There you go. You see I aim for the rock specifically. The bar is over 50%. I'm in the ship, and we are extracted. Again, as soon as your foot touches the ship, you're out. All right, here we go again. And I guess you'll never be able to guess what I do here. It's totally not going to be the same thing I do in all of the other extractions to get out safely. Starting out by calling in the ship, making sure nobody's following me, and then finding a nice vantage point to where I can see all the relevant angles in front of me, and I can't be pushed from the side. Now, I will say that this is not my favorite extraction. People can get a good height advantage on you here, but if you're just sneaky enough, you'll get out perfectly fine, like always. Putting on the bulldog here because I know that that's usually what I want to run into the ship with. This guarantee isn't exactly the greatest option. I was honestly doing as many raids as I could with it to try to get rid of it, and it just wasn't working. Evac ship is landing, making sure I'm safe from behind. The ship also providing cover for me at this spot from who would normally be coming up the ramp ahead of me east. We'll pay attention to the red bar. Once it hits that 50% mark, we're in, we're out. Hopefully you guys can see some sort of a pattern with what we're doing here with all of our extracts and see how successful they are every time we do them. So we're going to clear all of our sections. We're going to take the vantage point up top. We know that's going to give us the most advantage if somebody were to try to push us during these extractions. First off, it's not a very common spot for somebody to look. Most people playing the game probably don't even know you can get up to this spot. And then also gives us a nice vantage point to be able to look over the entire extraction area ourselves. So waiting for the ship to come in. We're just going to take a look, make sure nobody's creeping. Everything seems relatively safe. Nothing to worry about here. Even if somebody else were in the area, it wouldn't matter. We're going to have such a good advantage over the whole thing. We're just going to be in a prime position to take advantage of our situation here. So again, you see the ship has landed, and we did not run into the ship right away. Again, this is the biggest mistake that people make, and you want to stop doing this ASAP. The ship is about to take off. Red bar is filling up. Find a safe way to jump down. As soon as we hit it, we're out. All right, and last up for our extractions, we have the science campus. And if you're not getting it by this point, I don't know what else to do to help. You can ask questions down in the comments section. You can come over to our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/itshowjimbo and ask me questions there. You get a little more one-on-one help if you need it. But you can see here, we're going to do the same thing we've always done. I do have a melee weapon in my hand. We did experience a glitch in this round where we had invisible guns and invisible knives. I don't know what happened. You know, small indie company or something. But we're going to get this final extraction here. I haven't heard any other footsteps while I've been in here, so I know that I'm pretty safe, unless somebody is really camping it up in a corner, which generally isn't the case. So I'm going to take a spot where I know that I'm going to have, again, a good vantage point over the extraction area, and I'm going to be able to run out of stamina while I'm trying to jump up here, not get spit on, and be able to take advantage of our height in case somebody does try to interrupt our extraction. So the ship is on the way. The mob can't do anything about us being up here. And now we wait. This is what our guns look like, by the way, with the bug. You see half of the gun is invisible. It looks like maybe only the attachments are visible. I'm not sure what exactly it is happens here. I was looting something, and when I came out of the animation for looting, my guns had disappeared. So, you know, it is what it is. It did fix itself when I started the next round, so nothing too big to worry about there. All right, evac ship getting ready to take off. I find my safe way down. I want to make sure that the bar is about 50% full or more when I hop on, and bada bing, bada boom, we're out of here. Well, guys, was that helpful or what? If that doesn't get it done for you, I don't know what will. Again, like I said in the video, you can stop by our Twitch channel, or you can ask me down in the comments some more specific questions that you have that you need help with. Hopefully this video does enough to help you get your extract numbers up, which will get you more quests completed and more money in your pockets, which gets you better guns, able to win better PvP fights, and just all around give you a better gaming experience. My DMs are open on every platform to help people. That's what I want to do. I want to help people get better at the game. Granted, I'm pretty new at the game myself, but luckily as a content creator, I have the ability to put in a lot more time than the average person does. So I can learn at a faster rate than most people can. And I want to give that back to people who can utilize that information and be able to up their own gameplay. So please like, subscribe, comment, find me on Twitch, find me on Discord, whatever the case may be, Twitter, and hit me up if you have any questions. I'm here to help, and I do the best I can. Till then, I'll see you when I see you. Good luck out there. Adios, muchachos.